agitation in his left knee. Further information we provided following tomorrow's procedure, and the team will have no further comment at this time. I'll tell you what that further comment's going to be. Everything went perfect, and he will recover as planned. Because no sports surgery has ever been botched ever before, ever. What's your reaction to the news?
Well, I hope it's not season ending. I think right now everything's up in the air. I think they'll have the procedure, see how Kyrie responds. And if he's fine, I believe he'll play. I have been told that Danny Ainge's view is, look, if there's any, this was before the surgery was announced, but if there's any question about the long-term future for Kyrie because of the knee, then Danny would be more about let's just sit him and wait, wait till next season. Let's not put his future in jeopardy for this year. So I just think we have to wait and see. Again, I hope Kyrie's back. I think we all want to see that for certainly be much better for basketball.
He's had, remember, he hurt his foot in college.
Yeah.
Or his big toe in college. He's had a shoulder, and he's had a wrist thing, the knee. Like
he was very injury prone.
Yes, earlier
in his career, and you just hope that this isn't a sign of that coming back. But
you get your knee cleaned up and scoped, and I'm sure it's probably just to clean up for pain. And they go in and take a look to see if there's anything else going on, and hopefully he can be back. Let me ask you now we've had like a day to take a breath and react to the Woj news, which was, I don't know if it was a come to Jesus, I don't know if it was a clearing of the air, but something took place between the Spurs players and Kawhi Leonard.
I believe it was more the players just wanting to know what was going on. You saw Manu Ginobili talk about how Kawhi's been a little distant from the team. We know Kawhi is a quiet guy in general and really doesn't talk much. So I really believe the players wanted to just find out, look, what's going on? Like, hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. I don't think they were pressuring him. I don't think they were like, look, man, are you coming back? They don't have those types of players anyway. Okay, so I think it was more to find out from him, look, we need you, obviously. We hope you come. Like, what's the deal? What's it look like, a week, tomorrow, a month? Are you done? Or what, and I think with Kawhi not really giving them much other than, hey, I'm trying to come back, I don't know what timetable, that I think that Manu Ginobili, I'd be interested in your take, but I personally don't think Manu took a shot at Kawhi.
I don't either.
Yeah, I think he was stating what athletes need to believe. Like, look, there's no Calvary coming to save us. We need to believe that it's us 12. And if Kawhi comes back, great.
He basically did the Rick Pitino, right? That Kevin McHale's not walking through that door. Right? Larry Bird's not walking through that door.
Yes,
okay?
Yes.
Kawhi Leonard's not walking through that door.
And if he walks through, great. But you have to believe he's not.
And I think it's reasonable to think that's what that meeting was. It's like, hey, what's the deal? What do you want us to say? Like, how can we say it so we don't make you look bad, but it doesn't make us look bad? And just so you know, like, we got your back, but you got to talk to us. You got to actually communicate with us because we're like, we want you to play. All right, I want to ask you kind of quickly about the Golden State Warriors. Steph's going to come back and play tonight, and they've just had they're just a mass unit recently. I've heard that the coaches are concerned. They think their team. Remember the clapper? Remember clap on, clap off. The clapper.
Yep.
Those guys think they're the clapper. They're just we're going in the playoffs and we're going to run through people. And then some of the coaches are kind of concerned, like, I don't know, not just with injuries, but cohesion. What's your sense of what the Warriors feel like going in the playoffs?
Well, look, obviously they should be confident, but they should not be overconfident because Houston is for real. And my main concern with the Warriors is just that it seems like the likelihood or the possibility of another Steph ankle injury is pretty good. He's done it 4 times in the last 3 months. We saw, he's done it the last or two of the last 3 times. He didn't come down on anybody's foot. He was just landing.
Right.
And he sprained his ankle. And we know he's got tape. His ankle's taped. He's got braces, all that, everything you could have. And his ankles are that weak. That's what scares me most. I'm not so much worried about Durant, Clay, or Draymond. But I just think without Steph, they'd be in big trouble. And it may not even be too serious where he has to sit out a long period of time. But if it makes him 75 or 80% of the Steph he really is, then that could be enough of a window for Houston to run through.
Potentially. Now, remember, 2 years ago they did get to the finals and did lose in Game 7. Though he got hurt in the playoffs, and of course, when he came back against Portland and lit them up. But that was without Kevin Durant, right? That's one of the reasons Kevin Durant is so important. Yeah. And I do think that Houston is closer maybe than we think. I'm just interested, does Houston even get there? They got to go through Oklahoma City or somebody before they, you got New Orleans looking difficult. There are potential pitfalls.
The West should be really good. If I had to pick a third team behind Golden State and Houston, I would pick OKC.
If I were, where are you on Toronto?
I think they are very good. I mean, very good. Obviously, their depth is pretty incredible. But they're that team that doesn't have a superstar. And that's an aberration as far as getting to the finals. They got 2 very good players, yes. 2 stars.
Chris Broussard, check him out on Speak for Yourself and weekends on Fox Sports Radio. The most interesting pick in the NFL draft is not the number 1 pick. It's the number 2 pick.